oh no, this is the most silly thing that goes around since the 60s. The painting is dead. I mean, only when humankind is dead, painting will be dead. Let's not forget, like, that's why I'm interested in caves. That's how we start. There will be no civilization without people in the caves drawing some stuff and creating languages and sharing information. We're still doing that. And a baby, that's the first thing it does, it scribbles. It's just human nature. That's what people do. You communicate, right? Isn't that all about that? And what is communication? When you picture communication, it's either language, numbers, or pictures. So painting cannot be that. Cannot be that. It's a pathetic sentence. Painting today is much more difficult than painting yesterday. The more that we go on, the more it's difficult to find space, what painting can do. Yeah, that yes. And that is also what I'm fighting with when I make a painting. It's not a pleasure journey to make a painting. It's a very painful thing. It's a yes. I cannot describe in other words. It's not a joyful thing at all. I hate to do it. I can't do without it because it's a beautiful challenge. If you can get a glimpse of innovation in 1 centimeter of your canvas. Painting and sculpture are different things, but the way I perceive them since always, I always see those 3 things connected. It was just the way my hands and my head behaves. I make a sculpture and I paint it, and I make a painting and I make things come out of the painting. So I always mix these things together. In the end is that. In the end is that. It's function. The function of art today, how I reconstruct and reshape the condition of painting. Yeah. I'm doing this thing. Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. What I'm trying to do is to make a painting, but not finishing a painting. Oh, now that's very challenging. You see, I want to create something that looks not done yet, like it's unfinished. But at the same time, I want to complete the picture. It's very tricky what I'm saying. You understand what I'm talking about? You see,
yeah, it's very beautiful.
I want to leave it like it's a sketch, but you have to feel like it's really a painting in the end. This is so complicated, my dear.
So
because I want to take away while I'm heading. How do you do that? You see, this is my paint. You see, sticky oil, and so it's paint. See, it's paint. So, but I want to give the look of not an academic thing. Once you go nearby, it has to feel like saying fresh. You know, not too detailed. It's hardly painted. You see, it's very sketchy. But when you're far, I want you to have the feeling of a painting. So
that's very interesting.
The snake, it has a lot of connotation, the snake, but especially in this moment, the World Health Organization symbol is a snake. Aha. And we're hearing a lot about that. But I always like the snake. There is one thing that is a very primitive figure, right? Life forms start in the shape of a snake, you know? A spermatozoa, you know, it looks like a snake. It's a very primitive thing. Also looks like a paintbrush stroke, you know, it's something, you know? Snake has all these kind of qualities. It's an abstract figure, it doesn't have legs, you know what I mean? It's very abstract in a way. So I'm always being influenced. Some people will see the evil thing about the snake, which I don't see. So you see how I change all the time. You see, I'm doing this at the same time I'm doing this, which I publish on Instagram.
Wow, that's a paint. Is that a painting?
It's a LED. All the black that you see is sand. volcanic sand. I'll go nearby. It's all volcanic sand. So it's really beautiful because when you are in front of it, it shines like night sky. So it becomes like a figuration again, like a night sky universe. And you have to remember that volcanic sand is lava, fire, light.
Hey, you made this all last night?
No, this letter painting took 4 or 5 months. I never show you this, right? No?
I've
Crazy.
never.
Anyway, what it says, this is all the machine learning, artificial intelligence. So I made this out of volcanic sand, like I told you. And all the letters are made out of fossilized resin.
Where did you get your reference from?
From science magazines, science online stuff, you know, this is a pattern, it's a real pattern of, you know, when you Google a word in internet on Google, that's what it does. It does this process that I process all this information. You can read some, you see the function automatically groups data into cluster to find the structure inside the data. It's a whole process of artificial intelligence. But these date back really to how we started to create information in caves and how we create the first hieroglyph with the Egyptian languages. It's all connected, it's beautiful. But I'm doing this with fossilized resin, like I said. All these letters are casted in fossilized resin. So these letters you see are 50 million years old. I know it's crazy to say that, but this is the truth. This letter comes from fossil resin. So something very primitive.
So that's how do you get this material?
Oh, the fossilized resin is very rare to find. I can show you one. Just a second, I have to find it. In my storage. Come on, mana batu? Batu fossil? I'm asking my assistant what is the stone. The batu dan the letter yang itu? No, yet. Well, I get it from farmers. Sometimes when they harvest the rice fields, they find those rocks. You know, for resin is actually the tree releasing this resin to protect itself. You know, the resin comes from trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, they protect themselves, so they drop this resin. Now, over millions and millions of years, it turns into stones practically.
You made that template?
Yeah, we melt the stone, we get the resin back to original state, which is a yellow powder practically, and then we cast all the letter, V, B, A, C, B, whatever. And then I apply them on this. And the white is the melatonin. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, right? And again, all the drawing is made with a LED light and creates all the pattern of how the artificial intelligence works step by step to give you the result of your search, right? Yeah, but all comes from this, look. This is fossilized resin. This is 50 million years old here. But the interesting part is that out of this, we're doing artificial intelligence algorithms. You see, it's a beautiful way to describe my passion, my interest of linking the prehistoric, the primitive, to the contemporary. I'm so excited about the fact that this stuff is millions of years old. God knows what it's made of, you know, because fossil is practically everything organic. It's made out of ancient trees, leaves, bodies, everything that makes a fossil.
Hey, but Filippo, what is the connection? You were telling me the connection between the snake painting, which you are making, which is gorgeous, and this piece as well. It's
well, not necessarily. The connection is in the concept itself. The snake is more about the fact that it's a very primitive animal and the connotation with the fact that is acquired through the evolution of human society, so many different meanings. But in the end, what fascinates me about the picture, there is something very abstract, you know. Like I said, doesn't have legs, doesn't have, you know, it's an abstract picture. It's a stroke. It's like a stroke of paintbrush, you know. So it doesn't have a strong figurative connotation.
Well, thank you for sharing this session.
Oh, thank you, dear.